Morning. Welcome to our 8th day. I love these 8s. So let's get started and we'll get going with 8s. And I said today, rewire your brain. So we know from neuroscience now that the brain is not fixed. I mean, if we had lived 100 years ago, we would have thought that once you reach 25, that's it, your brain is set in stone. Whereas now we know everything we do influences our brain. So when we do these 8s, we're wiring a whole load of new pathways into the brain. Awesome work to be doing. So let's get the feet parallel, shoulder width, and we're going to sit down and let's start by opening, reaching up and bringing that energy down and sinking down and bringing that energy up. And just even think to yourself, I'm rewiring my brain. I'm making new neural pathways, new connections, growing, expanding, waking up new parts of the brain, new parts of the body as we open. And feel we've reached to infinity, and we bring that energy down, and we're going to reach out to infinity this way and sink right into the center of the earth and draw that energy up, and then release. Reach and bring the heavens energy down. Release. So stretching ourselves open, expanding, filling and releasing. So open it, open it, open it. Big. Opening the body, opening the mind, opening the heart. I'm really making these big today, really feeling like you're kind of on a rack and you're stretching out. Not quite our usual 8s, but just let it open. Open to this spring, to this life. And let's do 3 more, really feeling we're drawing energy up and releasing it. Bringing energy down, releasing it. Bring it up. Thanks for those legs. Expanding, expanding, rewiring, and rewiring. Awesome. So let's do a few nice soft ones now, just because. Okay, and we'll even it back to here. So we're going to keep the feet parallel, shoulder width, and then we're going to do these 8s just round the feet. And I'll really, exaggerate your hip movements, and as you get into, feel all the way around that foot to the toe, into the heel of the other one, all the way around to the big toe. Really enjoy this movement round the lower body. Around the hips. And you can keep this central axis steady. It's nice bring your hands onto your dantian center, just in front of the dantian, and feel like you're moving around the hips, but we're not wobbling off like this. We're keeping the shoulders level. So we're just rotating around that central axis. And feel into your core as you turn the body. Awesome. And now let's go the other way around, from the toe to the heel. And notice how that feels different. So great to work it in a different way, making new pathways in the brain. Each time, that's the advantage of practice, is that we just can go deeper. So let's go a few slow ones, feeling the big toe to the little toe, right down to the heel, up to the big toe of the other foot, right, feel all the way around the toes, right down to the heel, and then up to the big toe, all the way around to the heel, up to the big toe, round to the heel, big toe to the heel, big toe to the heel. How awesome is that? So now let's go back to our normal, from the heel to the toe, as the right hand comes, makes the 8. So palm down at the top, palm up in the middle, palm down at the bottom. Let yourself be as relaxed as possible. Feeling heel to the toe as the hand goes around the top, back over to the other heel, and right around to the toe as we go under the bottom. And feel how you're painting, be a Picasso. So we're painting the space in front. I know I'm setting the standards high. I hope Picasso doesn't mind, but anyway, we'll be our best Picasso. Painting with the hand, with the arm, with the body. Bring out the artist in you. And these are a bit like those Buddhist sand paintings, you know, we paint the space and we just let it go. There's no holding on to the final product. It's for the painting, the process. Okay, and we'll bring this one to a stop, and then let's do the other one. So let's start. We're going to go into the heel and bring it round to the big toe, crossing over to the heel of the other foot and round the heel up to the big toe. Feel it in your feet. It's like your feet, imagine your foot painting round the big toe, round the big toe. And let's do one more here. Okay, fabulous. And now in both stands, so left foot forward, nice and wide, and we're going to sit down, feel ourselves, feel that presence all the way down into that left foot. Feel like you inhabit the whole body and your weight is sinking down into that left leg. And then we're going to go from the heel to the toe, and then we bring our weight, your weight comes into the right foot as you come around from the heel to the toe. So we're shifting the weight, making these 8s. So it's just so interesting to really feel that weight shift as you come around the back foot. Feel the weight shift as you come around the front foot, and then feel the heel, the outside edge of the foot, all the way around the toes. Heel, outside edge of the foot, all the way around the toes. Really, let's go quietly for a few and bring your whole attention into this movement. And now just imagine all those sense areas in your brain lighting up as you bring your attention to feel around the feet. It sparks all these sparks of light in your brain because you're activating the brain centers to feel. Little toe, second toe, fourth toe, third toe, second toe, big toe. Heel all the outside edge of that foot until we reach the little toe, and then the next toe, next toe, next toe, big toe. I mean, when you actually really pay attention to that, the whole brain, the whole foot part of the brain lights up. And now when we bring it up the leg into the knee, now imagine, see that light, the knee lighting up in the brain, that center, the knee of the other side. And now into the hip, we're lighting up, wiring new connections in the hip center. And now let's go the other way around, and it just activates. Notice how it's a whole different feeling. When we start at the big toe, and then we feel the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, the baby toe, the outside edge of the foot, that heel, and now we come up into this toe. Now imagine you're sending the brain, the circuits going the opposite direction, so it's really saying, woohoo, what's happening here? Right around to the heel. So we come up to the toe, feel your way around the outside edge of that foot, back down to the heel, and then feel your way around the outside of this foot, back down to the heel. Really just sparks flying in the brain when we really bring our attention to feeling this. Now bring your attention up into your shoulder on the right side. As you're going from the toe to the heel, feel what's happening in that right shoulder, in the chest area, and then bring it across into the other foot. Feel all the sensations, cascades of chemistry, shining lights in your brain. Awesome. Okay, great. And now let's go back to the heel to the toe, but this time we're going to add the arm. So now imagine as you're feeling this 8 with your left arm, how that part of your brain that works the left arm, imagine and feel how that's all lighting up now. Sparks flying in there. It's all about attention. How as we feel, we sense, we wake up the brain and the body. All interconnected. So you can feel it, bring your mind into different places, into your torso now. Feel that twisting in your torso and notice what that feels like. And now we're going to activate it even more by bringing in the other hand. So now we've 2 hands, 2 legs, and a whole body working. One of the things I love about Tai Chi is that it gets the whole body to work. Okay, now we're going to wind it back down. And you know, a little story. I remember when I learned when John started using these 8, First John, my teacher, it was when my girls were small. Joe was, I think, about 6 or 7. Ruth was about 3. And I'd take Ruth in the morning after her play school, we'd go for a coffee to the, what was the High B Hotel. And she always loved a Kinder. I'd have a coffee and she'd have a Kinder egg and a drink. And then we'd read a storybook and she'd take out the Kinder and she couldn't make the puzzle and I couldn't make the puzzle. I was useless at puzzles. And then we started doing these 8s. And then I noticed that I could do the puzzles. So it definitely made me realise that it wasn't just affecting my body, but it was affecting my ability to see things in different ways. So as we do these round the other foot now, just be open to how this is rewiring and opening not just your body, but your brain. We're waking up the brain, we're opening, expanding in so many ways. So let's feel from the heel to the toe, feel all the little toes up to the big toe. And then on the other side, heel the outside edge, the whole way around the outside edge, and all the toes until you reach the big toe. So I'll stop talking and we can work. And listen. So feel you're waking up the foot area in the brain. And feel each toe, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the big toe. And then the heel, and feel all around. Each part of the body is where billions of brain cells in the brain. So when you bring your attention to the whole way around, you're lighting up billions of brain cells. And now let's feel it around the outside edge here, up along the outside edge of your calf and shin. And then on the other side. And now let's light it up on the knee, the other knee. In the hip, feel it coming around your hip, around this hip. Now feel it up along the side of the body to the shoulder and the other side to the shoulder. And just notice how your head is just moving with your body. Magic. And now we'll come back into that front foot and now we're going to do a whole different journey. And notice how this feels. Let's start here with the shoulder. And the shoulder. And then the side body. Side body as you go around the back. The hip. The hip. The thigh. The thigh. The knee. The knee. The outside leg of the outside of the lower leg. Outside lower back leg. Now the toe around the heel. And the toe through all the little toes, the outside edge to the heel. So let's do the toe, the outside edge to the heel. The toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all along the outside edge to your heel. Big toe, 2, 3, 4, 5 toes, the outside edge. And you might notice as well that when we do the toe to the outside edge, we really push, this knee really goes out. And if you go the other way around, the heel to the outside edge, it does the same. It's a great way of protecting the knees when we get into the habit of pushing onto those outside edges. So now let's get the right arm in, lighting up that whole right arm, parts of the brain. Feel it down to the fingers. Wriggle those fingers. Feel like you're waking up the finger part of the brain. And notice when we're doing it now with the arm as well, how much more the torso. So if you let the arm alone and just go back to just doing around the feet, you'll feel it activates the center of the body. But now when you bring this arm in, feel how that amplifies it. Just a lot more going on. A lot more of the body involved. Okay, now let's get the two arms to get it even more involved. So heels back together. Let's just take a moment just to relax for a second. And we're going to go straight into our balancing one. So getting even more. So notice how this is different again. So we start with the foot, left foot, weight on the right, and we're just going to make an 8 with the left. And then we can lift it up and get even more parts involved. So this one really works the balance center as well as everything else. So soften the face, keep the shoulders soft. And let's just do one more. Feel, notice that right leg has been doing a nice bit of work, so we give it a little shake out. Shake everything if you like. Shaking is always good. And let's sink down into the left foot now. Feel that connection all the way down the left. Find that nice center line down your body. Tummy, so you're tucking the tummy so the line can go straight down. And then we make the 8s with the right foot along the ground, and we start to open up. Or feel it in the knee as it goes out and turns in, and then the hip goes out, the hip turns in, opening the front of the body, opening the back, front, back. So you can feel this up along the center of your torso and then up along the center of your back. So much happening in these. Also really working our sense of balance. Making the left leg really strong. Okay, and let's do one more. Awesome. So let's step forward and left with the left, and these nice soft 8s now, just to give a little break from the intensity. And with these, you know, notice how this soft one feels like, you know. Feeling the weight shifting under the ground into the front, and feel like you're bringing the energy up the front and down the back. So we're activating circuits, subtle awarenesses, as we tune into the feeling of bringing energy up and bringing energy down. These are subtle, awakened sensations. And one more here, and now let's take it up over the head and down. Now feel you're pulling it through your heart, up the back, down the front. Subtle waves of energy, softer in the body. Now let's connect the two up the front, up the back, down the front, down the back, up the front, up the back, down the front, down the back. Okay, so let's sink into the back foot and we'll swap the feet. So let's go straight into them here now. Up the front, up the back, down the front, down the back, under the ground, up into the heart, down and through the heart, up and through the heart, down through the heart. Then you might like to join me with I am you, you are me. There is only one. So I am you, and you are me. And there's only one. Another type of rewiring. So I am you, and you are me. And there is only one. And now think, there is no you, there is no me. There is only one. And there is no you, and there's no me. There's only one. And the last time, there's no you, there's no me. There's only one. So now let's just activate those other eights again before we do our mini form, which today is free form. Play with your eights, have fun, be the artist and explore your eights. Let them just go where they like and do what they would like to do. Nobody's watching. Who cares if you go up and down the right way, the wrong way? Just play. And that play is great to open us up to new connections in the brain, the body, the universe. So let's do it and have some fun. so lovely to have your company and to be out here in the sunshine. Fabulous to get to practice and have a fab day, enjoy those eights, and recognize that we are rewiring our brain all the time. And I listened to a fabulous interview with this neuroscience doctor last night and professor of neuroscience, and he was saying things like, when people go for a walk for 20 minutes, they did a study and they got people in their 70s to go for a walk for 20 minutes, and they found that when they came back, they were actually more creative. They could think more creative thoughts than 20-year-olds who'd been just sitting around. So this movement is wonderful for us. So practice your Tai Chi, lots of walking, and have fun. We're so lucky to be alive, to have this practice to share with you and myself, and lots of love. Happy 8th. Bye for now.